Well, I worked with this teacher, Angela Caudron, and she has taught chemistry for a number of years. And she really saw forensics as the key to getting her students interested in chemistry. And so that's how the idea initiated. Plus, when we started this, forensics was really popular on TV. There were a lot of shows coming out, CSI, Bones, and those sorts of shows were coming out. And it was just a really popular topic among high school students. And so it seems like a natural connection to make. We actually had really great support for doing this project. In fact, one of the administrators at the school does fingerprints every year for part of the case. And so it's just a really supportive staff, faculty and the administrative staff. And the parents love it because the kids are coming home and talking about their chemistry class, which usually it's in a bad sense, but in this case, they're excited about chemistry, and so the parents really enjoy it as well. We try really hard to make sure that students know it's not a real case that they're doing. It's completely made up, but we also try to encourage them to take it seriously because the chemistry that they're doing is what you would see being done on an actual case. And so I think their ability to recognize it as a fake case, but also try and make it realistic for themselves helps to take care of any of those issues that you might have surrounding forensics in a classroom. They love it. One of the reasons we did the case the way that we did by dividing it up throughout the year is because we wanted students to see that the chemistry you learn on day 1 is still applicable on day 180. And so this is a great way for them to see that connection all the way through. And students come back year after year and they tell their teacher how much they enjoyed the case, and they still remember very specific pieces about the case and about chemistry that normally you wouldn't have kids coming back and telling you about the titration that I did, So it's really exciting to see the students get excited about really tough and challenging chemistry because they're able to find a way to make it interesting and exciting for them at that time. Misconceptions are a problem no matter what subject you're teaching, but especially around forensics because there are so many popular TV shows related to forensics right now. There are a lot of misconceptions that students bring into the class. And one of the ways that we combat that with the students when we're running this curriculum is that we have the school resource officer come into the class as part of the case, and he presents to them not only evidence for the case, but he also outlines some of the misconceptions that come up from watching those shows and what things happen in real life versus how it's done on the show. And so they really get a good understanding of when they see it on TV. It might be close to the type of test that someone might run, but maybe the time is different that it takes to get results or that sort of thing. And so they really get to see, not from a TV side, why we do it the way that we do for TV and then how it's done in real life. And so that helps to kind of clear up those misconceptions. Aside from timing issues, the biggest is just being able to take one piece of evidence and link it directly to a suspect, or just the whole idea of having irrefutable evidence versus having some correlations between data. And so getting them to focus on, they can't just have one piece of data to prove guilt of someone. It has to be a case that they assemble. And so there's a little bit of a civics lesson in there for them as well, just in terms of, what counts as data and what counts as probable cause and all of those sorts of things. And it's kind of up to the teacher how much they want to emphasize that, but that's one of the misconceptions as well, is, you can say right away who it is based on your inferences from the case and one piece of data. That's really typical for high school. Well, it was all very much serendipity. When I was a graduate student, I was part of an NSF grant, which is a GK-12 grant, where they place graduate students in the classroom with practicing teachers to develop curriculum. And I was placed with Angela Caudron. She had this idea to do something with forensics, and she had a brand new second-year chemistry course, only one who taught that course, so she had a lot of flexibility in it. And so we decided, let's write a forensics curriculum. And so we worked on that for a year, and it went really well, and the students loved it. So we started presenting it at conferences like NSTA, and we just kept hearing over and over from people, you really should publish this, you really should publish this. And so 4 years later, we finally decided, all right, let's give it a shot. We submitted the proposal to NSTA Press, and then we were really excited when it got accepted, because it's finally a chance for other teachers to see the work that we've put in. And we really do think that this is a great way to teach chemistry to students, and so we're hoping that other teachers will see that as well.